Thank you for watching Ebony Ladies in the DR. I'm your host, Bridget. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Gracias por mirar. So, y'all, I get this question every time I tell somebody that I've been living here 6 years. They're like, really? What do you miss about the United States? What do you miss from the United States? And I have gotten that question so many times, and it's so weird because each year it actually changes about what I miss. But across the board, when I talk to other expats or other transplants that have moved here, everybody that's a little bit over a year, we all have kind of different things. But people under a year, oh child, they got a whole list of what they miss. And then people that aren't here full time, it seems like their list is a little bit shorter because they're going back and forth. So they don't really get the opportunity to really miss anything. So some of the people that have been here a little bit longer, like us, or, over 2 years, let's say, they all miss freely running the air conditioning and not thinking about it. Because AC electricity is higher here in Dominican Republic than it is in the United States. So that's something that people miss. The foodies miss happy hour specials, drink specials. They miss all of the different restaurants. And as I told you guys on the short, if you're a foodie, Punta Cana specifically may not be the place for you. Santo Domingo may work a little bit better because they have a lot of variety. Punta Cana has a lot of restaurants, but not a lot of variety. All right. Other stuff people told me that they miss just being able to get out and, believe it or not, get on the freeway and just kind of go ride around their city. And Punta Cana is very small, so you're gonna run into a bunch of little congested traffic. So it's not a place where, like, people who ride motorcycle like we used to can hop on motorcycle and go for a nice little ride, not too far, avoid the traffic, go out in the countryside, things like that, and feel safe. Well, motorcycle riders don't feel safe here because they totally do not respect two wheels. All right. So those are the things that across the board, people are saying that they miss, or yeah, that's kind of like it. I haven't heard anything else that's been like major. So people say, what do you miss? I asked Davlin first before we get to me. I asked Davlin, what did he miss? Davlin said he missed Home Depot. Home Depot or Lowe's, because here, okay, y'all, yes, we have a Ferreteria, which is a hardware store, literally on every corner, just like a paint store, every corner. But is one place going to have what you need? No, you have got to learn to be creative. You're going to have to learn how to cut pipes, cut wood. You're going to learn how to fabricate all the things that you need. So yeah, Home Depot, that's going to be forever on his wish list unless they bring one here, which I don't see happening. But that is what Davlin misses, is a Home Depot. Then I have a couple people that said they truly miss bowling. There's no bowling alley here. Some people miss skating. There's no skating rink here. I think there's a bowling alley inside of Hard Rock Resort. And I think they have certain times of the year, like low season, that you can go. I think it would probably be a day pass, that you can get a day pass and go bowling and do all the other amenities as well. But we have no bowling alley. People miss skating, no skating rink. Santo Domingo definitely has outdoor skating rink that I just found out about that. Let's see what else people are telling me that they miss. They miss, some people say they miss their Whole Foods, even though our National is kind of like Whole Foods. It's the closest thing to it, and a Sprouts, but it doesn't have this, some of the same things that they would get at home. Has a good variety. The prices are double, so you just got to be prepared for that. anything else that people are just, it's not, people that have been here a little bit longer, we're kind of settled and this is home. So we're not really missing things in the United States. I haven't heard anybody say they miss traffic. I haven't heard anybody say they miss punching a clock and getting up in the commute and all of the bills that go along with the United States. So I haven't heard anybody say that. So I'm happy about that. So what do I miss? Let me tell y'all what I miss. Over the years, like I said, it has changed. It has gone from my laundry room. That is so funny because I miss having a washer and dryer in the laundry room, a place to fold, and the shelves, and I did miss that. But now I have gotten used to not having a dryer. I only have a washing machine, and like most of our clothes, as you know, are dry fit. So we can wash at night and hang them up in the bathroom or do it wherever we're going to hang them. And by morning, most of the stuff is dry. If not, we use our clothes, put our things outside. You see my clothesline, I put it out there, dry my clothes, take it down, make sure the garden is still beautiful. So that was one of the things that I missed. What? I missed my thrift shops. I found thrift stores here, but over the years, the thrift shopping, the prices have gone up tremendously. So I don't really even thrift shop here anymore. I wait, and if I things that I need, and I really truly don't need anything anymore, I have everything. But I would wait and go back to the United States. So what I miss, I know y'all like, whoo, child, she gonna get to it. I miss my radio in the car. I miss listening to the radio stations in the car. I miss Big Boy. I miss the prank calls. I even miss Charlamagne the God, y'all, on the Breakfast Club. So I just miss that morning gossip, chit chat, celebrity news. I miss hearing some old school hip hop thrown in with some R&B, some DJ scratching and mixing it all up. I miss that, and I know y'all are like, well, just get XM or get iHeart. Well, it's not worth it in the car because if y'all know Punta Cana, my driving is probably going to be a good whole 15 minutes each way. And I'm paying for a whole subscription for iHeartRadio or XM. It ain't going to be worth it because I'm not going to just go sit out in the car to listen to the radio, right? And when I'm in the house, I can't listen to the radio under the Wi-Fi. When I'm cleaning up, I'm working out, I'm doing things, but it ain't the same. When you're in the car, you want to just, sing along, you want to laugh, you want to talk. And I really, really, I miss that. And so when I do go back to the States to work, oh, I cannot wait to hear the radio. When I hear my first Top Dog Law commercial, I am like, yes, I am listening to the radio. So that is, and that's honestly the only thing that I truly miss is my radio. I don't miss the long commute going to work because that was the only time that I really got to enjoy the radio. Well, just driving around Houston, period. You get to enjoy the radio because everywhere is going to be a commute now with the traffic. But here, it's like you get there anywhere in 15, 20 minutes unless you're doing a road trip. But I miss the radio. And so other people were laughing at me. They're like, just get iHeart, just get XM. No, I ain't paying the money for a 15-minute ride and I ain't gonna sit in the car and listen to the radio. So I guess next year, after 7 years of being here, maybe that will change and I'll be like, okay, I go back to the States enough to hear the radio. I won't miss the radio. It may be something else. But people are like, what about food? What about shopping? What about, all this other stuff? And I am so over it. I am happy with being local. And I do have to go back. One of the things that I forgot to tell y'all that I do miss is a church home in English with a pastor that I can respect. So I don't have a church home here. And so that was something that was important to me. So when you are making your list, doing your checklist about all the things that you need to do, insurance, real estate, all that stuff, think about things that are really important to you. Like if the food scene is really important to you, if live music and concerts and things like that are very important to you, see if that is going to be offered where you're moving to before you make that your final decision. Now, if I had known that there was not a church home, I don't know. Would this have still been an option for me? Because I love fellowship. I love the face to face. I love network. I get my church service online from my home church in Houston. Shout out Southwest Community Christian Academy. Shout out the church, in Houston. But had I known, I don't know, I would have felt some type of way. That is something I do miss, going to church every Sunday amongst other people, singing gospel music, hugging my neighbor, say amen, all of that. I miss that. And so that and my radio station. But I'm going to be fine because I have learned to adjust. And whenever I do go back to the States, I make sure to find me a church and go to church at least once when I'm back in the States. So when you are definitely preparing your list, really think about the things that make you happy and things that are important to you and say, do they have it? Yes. Okay, good. I'm going to be fine. No. Am I going to be okay? Is this still the place? Is this still at the top of my list? Am I going to be able to adjust and not make everybody around me miserable about complaining about it all the time? So you have got to take, it's so many things, y'all, that you have to take into consideration when you're moving abroad, especially if this is like permanent. Like this is our permanent new place. And so missing church and missing the radio, they're not major. I've learned to adjust, so I'm doing good. But you have to make sure that your things that you may miss aren't detrimental to your happiness. Okay? So that's what we want to shout out. And I know people ask me this question every time, and it does. I see it changes every year. So there you have it. So guys, remember, regular episodes are every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a daily tip every single day for 2025, a daily tip from an expat to future and current expats. And it's just not for people moving to Dominican Republic. My expat tips are across the board, wherever you're going. If it's specifically for Dominican Republic or Punta Cana, I always say that. But otherwise, it is to help anybody that is transitioning and moving abroad. Okay. So y'all, I want to hear from y'all. Put in the comments, what do you miss and how long have you been here? Because if you've been here less than a year, we already know your list is going to have about 10 things on it. If you have been here 5-6 years like us, you should only have 1 or 2 things on that list. So I am very curious to see all in between what everybody's thinking, what they miss. And you never know, it might be here and you just haven't found it. So let's network, let's communicate, and then if it's here, I'm sure I can tell you where it is. All right, so that is it. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you and see you tomorrow.